Firstly, we need to talk about the nice guys. So you've probably heard this term about people saying, oh, he's that nice guy, or girls saying, oh yeah, I don't really date him because he's the nice guy. The reason everyone hates on the nice guys is not because they're nice, because truthfully they're not actually that nice. They're only nice because they want something, i.e., they want to have sex with the girl, they want to get her number, they want to whatever. And them trying to be nice is like not actually being nice. It's doing everything in the world to try to please this person. I mean, if you've sometimes had in your life someone that just is trying to do everything to please you. It's quite like girls say an ick, it's like you don't really want people doing everything for you. That's your duty in life, is to do your own things. Now, when you have someone that's just being always so nice, they're just doing anything for the girl, they're like, oh my gosh, I'll give you an example. All right, so I don't know, a guy comes up to a girl, oh my god, you're so pretty, like, can I get your number? She's like, no. He's like, oh no, please, but I'll carry your bag maybe. It's like, you're so pretty, your eyes are pretty, your hair's pretty, oh, those are some pretty clothes. Oh, I can drive you, I can drive you home. It's an hour away. That's fine. They talk like that, and it's like, for a girl it's a big ick. Because the thing is, they lose their respect of themselves, and a woman can't respect a guy who doesn't respect himself. It's like, basically, a guy will go up to a girl and he'll ask her out, and she'll say no. Maybe they're working together, and then he'll just constantly be nice to her, constantly try to do something. It's that neediness. He just needs to go out with her, so he'll keep asking her out and out and out. Like, can you go with me today? No. Sure. Can you go with me tomorrow? Can you go with me with the next day? There's a difference between actual love, the one, oh, it's love, the bullshit you see in movies where he persuades the girl to go out with him, and then the actual guys trying to be nice guys, when in reality they're not really that nice. They're just losing their respects to try to get some girl that is basically mid. Now, I want to talk about showing red flags, because this video is about the more red flags you show, the quicker she's going to sleep with you. Basically, she's going to have sex with you faster if you show red flags. I just had to explain why the nice guy is the term, because girls don't really like those type of guys. So a girl is going to sleep with you quicker the more red flags you show. Now just think about that. You'd be like, wait, what the fuck? No, the guy who's nice to the girl is going to sleep with her. No, the guy that shows more red flags when they're talking or maybe on a date, he's going to sleep with her quicker. Imagine this now. You might have been on a date or something where you're talking to a girl and she seems quite, not normal, but quite I wouldn't say pure, but she's not a complete hoe either. She doesn't really show red flags, she's not really pointing it out. Sorry, excuse me. And then I want you to imagine you're out with a date with a girl and she's like, she just says, oh yeah, I sucked this guy off here. Your thoughts are going to be completely different. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so easy to bet this girl if you still want her after what she said. And it probably is going to be easier sleeping with that girl than with some girl who's got a higher self-respect, morality of herself. It's also because the more red flags the guy shows is he's not trying to validate himself. The nice guy, the term nice guy, he's always trying to validate himself. It's like, for an example, he'd be sitting with her. It's like, Yeah, so I run this company. I make six figures, I drive a BMW M4. I also go to the gym every single day. I wake up every single day at 6 a.m. I just work out every day. Nothing crazy. All that kind of bullshit. It seems very much that he's just trying to validate, like, himself. He's trying to, no, he's trying to validate, like, the girl, like, look, I need to show my, like, validation because I need to gain it from her because I'm so insecure and all that kind of bullshit. So the reason I'm saying the more red flags the guy shows is because it shows he's got an abundance and social proof. Like, literally, when a guy is showing, like, red flags, like, to put it into context, it's more like, oh, what are you doing or something. I'm like, you don't really directly tell her a lot of things. When she asks you, like, oh, do you do this with all the girls, you don't say, no, it's only with you. It's kind of, you kind of like maybe dodge away, step with the question, maybe be like, yeah, I do this every day with all those bitches. Like, but you mean it more of a joke. You don't actually, like, mean it. Yeah, no, I come here every single day with new girls. You gotta just play it off. Like, you don't think about it too much. You go on that date to have fun, to, do whatever. So you're not under every possibility trying to validate her, all right? You're not trying to make her look at you, oh my god, like, he's some Greek god. Basically, you're getting into this position where, you kind of don't really give a fuck. You're on this date, maybe you're talking to a girl, and you don't really care that much. It'll get into a position where she will be trying to validate you. She's gonna be like, okay, how can I show him that? Like, maybe I'm like, I need to get validation from him, because he hasn't said I'm pretty, so I have to jump in there. She's gonna start thinking about it, and your brain's probably gonna be like, oh yeah, let's just chill. What am I gonna do tonight? That kind of shit. So when the guy shows the red flags, it's not like showing a red flag like, oh, look at me, I'm completely a hoe, I sleep every single day with a different girl. It's not really that. It's when he shows those red flags, it shows the women, like I said, he's got an abundance, he's social proof, he doesn't have emotional problems or whatever. So he doesn't care of losing the girl. He doesn't care about, like, if you know if a conversation goes wrong and he's like, well, no, sorry, you disrespected me, like, I'm gonna leave. Or maybe she's like saying, like, stop being such a, like a suck up shit. I was like, hold on, like, don't start with this shit, all right? I just met you. I came on this evening to have a fun time. So the nice guy is gonna do whatever he can in his life. A girl gets a little bit upset and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What did I do? What did I do wrong? How can I make it up to you?" The guy who shows red flags, who basically just doesn't give a fuck, he's gonna be more like, okay, I know it's a woman. I know she's acting up emotionally. After a couple of minutes, she's gonna be fine. Maybe he'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. That was actually pretty disrespectful." And he's not gonna say it out of the neediness. He's gonna say it out of, like, genuine, like, maybe he genuinely, like, maybe offended this girl, like, called her a bitch or something. He'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, that was a bit rude from me, let's start over. Some shit like that. That's complete, like, the two opposites of the nice guy, and you can say the bad boy who's showing the red flags and doesn't give a fuck. The reason this works is the girl is gonna find the guy who shows more red flags more attractive than the guy who's the nice guy. And why? Because women are built like, they're very hypergamous and everything. So a woman's always looking out for the best. Women always date upwards than men. Always. So she's always going to be looking at the better she can get. Always the better. Now, if she has a guy who's like, being so nice to her heads over heels, it instantly shows her that, this is probably not the best I can get. The best I can get, I'm going to be below that guy, meaning he's not going to be heads over heels for me because he's better than me. So in reality, when you're being so nice to this girl, you're basically saying like, oh, hey, you're way better than me, and I'm just being a bitch, even though I might be better than you in self-improvement ways. I might have this, I might have that. You're still better than me because I have no confidence. I'm a little bitch. So there I'm trying to be so nice to you to hope I'd get a crumb of your pussy. Basically, that's what he's saying. So a woman's never going to respect this guy because a woman doesn't respect the guy who doesn't respect himself. How can you expect a woman to respect you when you're basically bent over backwards, like saying like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll do anything for you, my queen. It goes back to the same point, when a woman, she wants to get the best she can get. So put yourself in the shoes the next time you're on a date. When you're sitting there with her, don't think like, oh my gosh, I have to make this work. Because you don't. You're on this date for fun. Ideally, you already want your life sorted out. And if it's not, then, you can fake it till you make it. So don't validate her. Don't try to make yourself something you're not. She should be validating herself to you. She should be the one, of course, you've got the 80-20 rule. She's talking 80%, you're 20%. She should be the one who's like trying to make herself like, oh, I did this, I do this, I work here, I work there, I've done this in my life. Look at me, I'm so cool, I've got a degree, whatever that bullshit. So you want to build your life up to the point where you're not always thinking about this person. Maybe she messages you and it's not like, oh my gosh, she messaged me. What do I say? Oh, I'm gonna wait 3 hours because I've already learned that women find a guy more attractive when he replies slower. Of course, that's true, but you doing that, it's just not gonna work out because you're faking something that, yeah, it can, but there's a lot of different steps to making it work. The guy who's basically building himself, working on himself, always at the gym, always working on his business, hanging out with friends, everything. He's going to see that message like at evening, like 10, or maybe he'll see it, but he just won't have time to reply. Or ideally, his notifications are turned off. So when he opens the app, he'll be like, oh, okay, there's chick messaged me. I'll message her back saying whatever, And that's the point that you want to get to because you're going to get into a point in life where you're so busy that you're not always going to be thinking about this woman. Realistically, you won't. And the red flags that you show are, you can play like a game. Maybe you're not a guy that's got a lot of red flags, but you kind of can fake it a bit. So you just leave out the stuff you're actually disciplined about. Like maybe right now you're going to the gym every single day, you're working hard, getting up early every single day, grinding every day. And then you go on a date. You don't really, and let's say you're not looking for a wife, okay? You don't really say that to her. You kind of just play around, beat around the bush, tell her some red flags you have, whatever. I bet you she's going to sleep with you faster than if you tell her, I'm so disciplined, I'm so motivated, because that girl's going to see, okay, this is more of a boyfriend material guy. I am going to wait. Because girls think, oh, I use the 3-month rule, I wait for sex. In reality, you want a woman that has true burning desire for you, who's gonna fuck you right there. Yeah, we can talk about, oh my gosh, but like that woman's not high quality, whatever, fuck that. This is not about that. This is about the point where a woman's gonna sleep with you faster the more red flags you show. And it's not just those like red flags, it's basically how you present yourself, and that it's the whole point of not being the nice guy and just not giving a fuck if you like lose her. Like if the date goes wrong, cool. If she cancels, cool, If you go on a date, cool. If you don't, cool, Neutral feeling. There shouldn't be like everything that should come into your life should be a bonus and shouldn't make your life harder. At the end of the day, bro, you know what to do right now to take you to the next step. Maybe you're not even disciplined. Maybe you're not even doing anything with your life. So I'll leave that up to you to figure out what to do. You know what it is. Really quickly, the top link in the description is my paid course on masculinity, dating, and there's a bonus guide, how to quit porn. I'll catch you in the next video, brother. Peace out.